was and how easy it was. Maybe I could remove the connections if you want to see better the CBA, because the simulator is little different applications. I don't know if people usually use the simulator for the training in other countries.
Yeah.
If they have special training centers for the whole country, then they get a simulator with the system so that they can train on the field and like without the real breaker, then they'll be able to do the.
So I will take the picture after you have disconnected the simulator. I will take only the analyzer.
Okay, okay. Well, finish this one. And how's Montreal right now?
Yeah,
It's okay.
Yeah, very perfect.
The weather is changing every day. Sometimes yesterday was beautiful. Today rainy. I can take a little break on my little bit place. On va parler du step encore un petit peu.
Okay.
Ouais. Ils sont deux sur les transformeurs, bien sur le circuit breaker. Ouais, c'est ça. Fait que je sais pas, on n'a plus besoin de simulateur. Je sais pas si Moustapha en a besoin pour le terminer.
Tu veux les demander?
Ouais.
Okay.
Tu peux venir les chercher. On aurait plus de place.
It's okay. Cigarettes. Jump.
First time in Montreal, in Canada?
Yeah.
First time in America.
In America?
Yeah, in this region.
In this region, in
yes.
this part of the ocean?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. At least you're not coming in the winter, because we've had a rough winter this year. If you came here with -20s, with the icy rain, -20 for a whole week. Here it's quite humid because we're close to the rivers. And in the winter, they say like in the weather it's -20, but with the humidity, your body feels like -30 or -35 sometimes.
I see.
Because of the winds, because of the humidity. When you have all the coats you want, the humidity gets through the clothes, and you're still freezing. So there are warnings every year that we know as a business, if the temperature is lower than -30, you're not obliged to go to work. If it's too dangerous to go outside because you don't want to go, I start my car like 10-15 minutes before I go to heat it up, so I can go slowly come here. So we know we're late, but it's the same thing.
I see.
If you have +50 and if you have droughts and if you have, probably it's dangerous to go too much time outside. So we have a very hot summer and a very cold winter. We have both extremes.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Even the situation now, we are still feeling it. I mean, we feel the cold, but we're outside.
Yeah.
Even now, yes.
Even now.
Yeah, we have coats too for the not too hot for the winter, but we have ones for the spring for little. But we all have big shirts because we know we know it's usually quite.
Outside the temperature is always high.
In the winter, probably it's never under 0.
No.
So nothing freezes.
No.
Nothing. We've never seen snow.
We have special cables that are Arctic cables that are the rubber is flexible up to -50 and up to +50. We sell them to northern countries, but I know you don't need those.
No.
Cables.
No.
It's always stable. Temperature is
Stable. Yes.
It's easier to manage.
Yes.
That's good. That's a good point. But sometimes it's fun to have different types of weathers. Because the outside activities during the winter is much different than in the summer. You can play the same games or play the same sports.
Yes.
So it creates lots of variety. You're never bored. There's always something to talk about.
Yes, exactly. Ours has been one way and always the same. Yes.
Yeah, since you're probably close to the equator, there's not a big difference between winter and summer.
No,
No.
It's one big season.
Yeah, exactly, one big season.
Sometimes a little more rainy or windy, and sometimes
exactly, exactly.
Because I think you're you're quite close to the ocean.
Yes.
Atlantic.
Yeah,
It's part of the close to the ocean, just under the ocean.
Yes,
Bump of Africa. So it's probably quite not wet, but there's probably lots of precipitation, or not too much.
Not too wet at all.
Because you're not close to the desert. To the
No,
sun.
not close to the
No.
desert.
Yeah.
They're not close to
We
the
are
desert.
both wet and hot.
Yeah. Depending on where you are. Okay. Okay, so now we're in our place.
So look at the software, step by step.
Yep, I'll go over again the. Okay. If I start from the beginning, if I close the software and open it again, you probably know that softwares are always evolving. We have little revisions that we do every couple of weeks or a couple of months, so that we have our website. Usually people come to see it oftenly when they're not doing tests every year, so that they have the latest revision of the software. This one is 3.1.4H. The letter is the revision, the bug revision. Usually we send emails to our client when we do a big revamp of the software. If we do big functionalities, we'll advertise people that they can use it now. Like the Excel reports, when it's going to be official, we're going to send messages to everyone. So now when I start the software, there's always a little welcome window. It asks me if I want to use a default test plan, if I want to load an existing test plan, or load and analyze existing data. So if I'm in the field, usually I would load an existing test plan because I've already created it.
Yes.
And then there's let's say there's the list of breakers. Right now I'll take the default test plan because I don't have any breaker information. Someone that's doing a test would have to write the identification of its test, so that we can lay a little time verify. Usually you keep year by year your tests, and you can compare from year to year your results. So you have to identify them. So let's say my test, exploitation year, installation, counter, component, serial number of the instrument. So let's say it's an ABB, HPL, 45. So all these information will all be sent to the report afterward, to the tabular or the Excel report, so that you can at a later time check it. So you can put the right test time. This one's not good. So it's 2011. Before doing anything, people would look at their breaker summary, connect all the cables. If I go over the gray buttons here that don't have any colors.
Where did you go first to have the identification? That place. Okay.
The identification is in the blue buttons. It's connection and information. So you can come back there and write down your identification and your verify your connection.
No, this is wait. This is not why. Before you came to the identification.
Yep.
That's what you want.
After you have created your page, where do
you have a welcome column.
In
then
there,
you go to existing.
yeah.
Like
Every
this.
time I load a test plan, automatically it pops this window, because we want people to don't have the choice. You need to identify your tests,
So
because we don't want to
when
lose
it comes to us and we click, this will pop in for us to select what we want. That's load an existing test plan.
Yeah.
Good.
No, the thing is, if the instruments arrive in Ghana and I'm going to use my own computer, where do I start?
The first time you'll use the default test plan. The first time, because you never configured any tests.
Yeah, I haven't configured
So you start
anything.
with the default test plan. Then from there you can let's say I'll take the English default test plan, it's going to be easier. Then it starts at the same place where I can identify my test, and then since it's the first time I do the test, I'll do the configuration with the green buttons.
Yes.
Before talking about the green buttons, I'll just show a little bit about the gray ones. They are just open plan, save data buttons that if you don't want to lose any data, you're not sure, just click oftenly on the save data.
Yeah, but right now we have nothing to save.
Right now we have nothing to save, but you would save an empty file. Even if I save, I would save always on the same name of the file. I don't have to save a closed test and then save an open test. Everything is saved under the same file.
Okay.
So you can use it at a later time.
Okay.
We have all sorts of export functions once you have the data. We can export the graphics in an image, so you can put it into a Word treatment and you can put notes on it and put images on it. We can export all our data into text files. So if you want to have a software for analysis that is different from ours that you have, you can output all the data from our software in a raw format and then put it in your other analysis software. I know Hydro-Quebec does that for the vibration analysis because they had like a 20 years old software that they'd like to use with our data, so everything's there. There's the Excel export is here, but we're creating right now a new icon for that. When you click, it automatically opens the export format. Hydro-Quebec asked us to create an EVA export. EVA is a software that they have in-house to monitor the aging of the instrument. So they have a database somewhere that they include all their results from year to year, so that they can see a trend on the breaker and then say where they have to put the maintenance priorities in their country. So and then the little print one is to print a report. So if I go in the green buttons, the first one, the test configuration, it's simple. The only thing that you usually do is activate or deactivate the tests. Right now we have 8 out of 30 active tests. So you can configure 30 tests differently for close, open, in a sequence. If you have a special sequence to have on a special breaker, you can always configure it. So there's the name of the test. Message is a message. Let's say I put my message is here. When I will do my test, before doing the test, it shows the message here. So if you have a special connection to do, because Hydro-Quebec, I know they're doing a closed test on the coils, and then a closed test using batteries as a power source, and then there's battery A and battery B. So they have 3 or 4 closed tests in their test plan, and it's only the message that is changing. They're putting the message, okay, now connect your coils to this place so that they can do their tests.
So this is to just alert you as to the type of test you are making.
Exactly.